You meet a woman, she lights up the room. She's got presence, confidence, that smile cuts straight through your logic. And in that moment, something shifts, you want her, and that's when the real game begins. Not a game of tricks or manipulation, but the inner game, the one between your instincts and your self-control. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. When a man genuinely likes a woman, that's exactly when he's most likely to ruin his chances. Not because he's weak, not because he's a bad guy, but because he starts acting in ways that betray his own value. You can be smart, attractive, successful, but if you fall into these 10 traps, none of it will matter. Let's start with the first 3 mistakes that quietly sabotage men the second they feel real interest. And if you've made them, you're not alone. Mistake #1, you overvalue her. Most men do. You see her, beautiful, feminine. She gives you butterflies. And instantly, you start projecting. You imagine dating her. You daydream about your future together. You assume she's kind, loyal, sweet, all based on looks, and how she made you feel in the first 10 minutes. But here's the problem. Desire distorts perception. You don't know her, not really. You just know how you feel around her. And when you let emotions paint a fantasy, you stop seeing the woman in front of you and start chasing a projection. Now you're no longer evaluating if she meets your standards. You're just trying to meet hers. That's how men give away power without even noticing. You stop leading, you start pleasing, you go from, let me see if she's right for me, to, I hope she likes me. And that is the start of emotional submission. Mistake #2, you try to impress her. When a guy starts to like a woman, he shifts. He becomes calculated, strategic. He says what he thinks she wants to hear. He agrees with opinions he doesn't believe in. He hides his quirks. He walks on mental eggshells, all because he doesn't want to mess it up. But the paradox is this: the more you try to impress her, the less impressive you actually become. Why? Because attraction is born from authenticity, not performance. Women can sense when you're being real, and they know when you're putting on a show. Once she senses you're trying too hard, the energy shifts. You go from a potential partner to an actor in your own story. She doesn't want a script, she wants you. You don't need to impress her. You need to express yourself boldly, unapologetically. If she resonates with that, great. If not, walk away. A man who knows his worth never begs someone to see it. Mistake #3, you give her control. When a man starts liking a woman, he often hands over the frame. He lets her lead the tone, the pace, the direction. He waits for her to reply. He tolerates last-minute cancellations. He agrees to anything, even at the cost of his own time and values. Why? Because he thinks being easygoing will make her like him more. But what he's actually showing is that he's not in control. Now, let's be clear, control isn't about dominance. It's about leadership, direction, intent. A man who doesn't lead isn't exciting. He's comfortable, and comfort doesn't create attraction. Tension does, polarity does, the spark of unpredictability, the pull of decisiveness. When a woman feels she's in charge of every move, she might feel flattered at first. But eventually she feels bored, so she tests you. She pushes your limits just to see if you'll stand up for yourself. And when you don't, she loses respect, and with it attraction. The frame is everything. Either you hold it or you're living in hers. Mistake #4, you start chasing instead of attracting. The chemistry feels real. She smiles, laughs, touches your arm. You take that as a green light. But instead of holding your ground, you go all in. You text first. You plan every date. You reach out when she pulls away. You watch her stories. You like every post. What began as connection turns into pursuit. But chasing is reactive, not attractive. It turns you into background noise, predictable. Here's the thing, in every dynamic, someone is pursuing and someone is deciding. The more you chase, the more she pulls away, not because she's cold, but because you flipped the balance. She didn't invest yet. She didn't earn your pursuit. You gave her all the answers before she asked any questions. Attraction isn't about chasing, it's about gravity. It's about being the man she wants to be around, Not because you're always available, but because your presence means something. Mistake #5. You make her the center of your world. This one's subtle, but dangerous. You like her and suddenly, everything starts revolving around her. Your schedule shifts, your priorities change, your goals get postponed, all because she replied lol at midnight. All because she said she might be free Saturday. You start losing your rhythm, just hoping she's the one. But when a man makes a woman his mission, he stops being a man on a mission. And women don't fall for orbiters, they fall for leaders. A man with purpose doesn't pause his life hoping a woman fills the gap. He keeps moving, with or without her. That forward, moving, grounded energy, that's what draws her in. She doesn't want to be your everything, she wants to join something greater. Mistake #6. You show loyalty too soon. You meet a woman, hit it off, there's chemistry, and suddenly you shut down all your options. No more apps, no more talking to anyone else. You act like she's your girlfriend after 2 dates. Why? Because it feels strong, because you think early loyalty will prove you're serious, but what it really shows is impulsiveness. You're giving exclusivity without clarity, boyfriend energy, without the relationship. You act like she earned your loyalty when all she did was exist. High value women don't respect impulsive commitment, they respect standards. Exclusivity isn't a gift, it's a privilege. It's something earned through consistency and shared values. Give it too soon, and you kill the tension. You remove her need to impress you, you put her on the throne, and hand her the crown. Mistake #7. You suppress your edge. This one is dangerous, and most guys don't even notice. You like her, so you want to seem safe. You tone it down, you avoid teasing, you play nice, you over-explain. You hide your edge, all in an effort to be trustworthy. But here's the brutal truth. Women don't crave safety. They crave polarity, charge, contrast, tension. Being nice might make her like you, but it won't make her want you. Every great seducer had an edge, a spark, a mystery, that thing that makes a woman lean in. When you kill your edge, you kill attraction. Confidence doesn't mean compliance. It means you're solid in who you are even when she disagrees. Stop filtering yourself. Stop playing it small. The man who can trigger her emotions without trying to control them is the man she never forgets. Mistake #8. You make her attention, your emotional oxygen. You talk. She replies quickly. She laughs. She seems into you, and you light up. But then it flips, you start needing it. Her texts fuel your day. Her delays throw you off, you overanalyze everything, you're no longer grounded, you're reactive. This isn't connection. This is emotional codependency, and it's a trap, because now your peace depends on her responses. That's not masculine energy. That's anxious validation, seeking. A grounded man doesn't flinch when someone pulls away. He doesn't collapse in silence. He doesn't orbit a woman's mood. You're a man. Your energy doesn't hinge on who texts back. Mistake #9. You confuse emotional intensity for connection. She lights you up. You feel something, it's electric, unpredictable, and you think this must be real. But intensity doesn't mean intimacy. It often just means your nervous system is activated by your wounds, your fear of abandonment, your craving for validation. You chase harder, you tolerate mixed signals, you're not in love, you're hooked. The woman who gives you peace might not feel like a thrill ride, but she's the one you build with. Don't confuse emotional chaos with compatibility. Don't confuse anxiety with attraction. Real connection feels grounded. It grows stable, not unstable with time. Mistake #10. You wait for her to choose you. You feel it. She's the one. So you give it your all. You show up. You stay consistent. But then she pulls back. Less affection. Slow replies. Suddenly busy. And instead of stepping away, you wait. You stay patient. You hope. But every moment you sit in that waiting room, you're abandoning yourself. You're telling the world, my worth depends on her choice. But real men don't wait to be chosen, they choose themselves. They don't chase lukewarm energy, they don't tolerate confusion, they know they're the prize. If you saw yourself in these mistakes, don't beat yourself up. Every confident, magnetic man you admire started right here. He made the same errors, felt the same frustration. But then he chose differently, and now, it's your turn. Stop giving away your power, stop chasing, stop waiting for permission. Start standing in your truth. That's when she sees you. That's when you see you. And if this hits something real in you, drop a comment. Which mistake hit the hardest? This isn't just a channel, it's a brotherhood, and we build men here. No fluff, no fake hype. Just raw truth about women, attraction, purpose, and power. Let's keep building.